This richterian saga just does not want to end. I've got to give these people credit, man. They want that fucking attention, oh my lord. After the map went down, I thought I was done, but no, they had to rope me back into it. So today we're going to talk about two very different conversations, one of which I had with their first in command, the other of which I had with their second in command. Now the first had a semi-productive outcome, the second less so, but we'll get to that, don't you worry. This is not a pointless video, I promise.
I don't worry, worrying don't agree. Things that bother you never bother me. Things that bother you never bother me.
So about a day ago, this guy that works for Richterian comments on my Zeppelin video. He tells me he wants to clarify things about the group and explain to me what I don't understand. Now, the group isn't all that intricate. I don't really have all that many questions, to be honest, but he made the effort, so I thought I'd entertain him. I try to be nice to these guys because they're my fans. I'm respectful in DMs. So we get to talking. He tells me he's like the richterian overseer guy. He's the one who makes sure the leader is benefiting the group and all that. He's not technically in charge or anything, but he still runs the dev team. He leads the leader who runs the group, I'll put it that way. So from the start, it became pretty clear this guy's a tad young. Now, there are a lot of successful community leaders out there who are on the younger side, so I'm not going to diss him for that or anything. The conversation was a little strange, though. He was a bit defensive at first, but things did sort of settle in later down the line. So we discussed a myriad of topics. I asked a lot of basic questions, like why the uniforms were stolen, why the group was so similar to Alex. I even asked about the fight between the two groups. I didn't really get any satisfactory answers to those topics, though, so I just kind of left them. I didn't really push. So he went on to explain how he was scammed out of 20k Robux, and I kind of felt bad until he, revealed who did it. But yeah, you really shouldn't scam. It's a dick move, even if you are Zophiel. He then tells me that they're working on a new map. He's really proud of it, and he wants me to do a map review on it. I politely explained to him that I didn't really take the group seriously at first. I didn't plan on doing any sort of map review. But I told him I'd take a look, and if the map was somehow breathtaking, I told him I'd consider reviewing it. Needless to say, I decided against that after this second conversation. We'll get to that. We then go on to talk about Lavo and Zophiel. It wasn't all that interesting, but you're welcome to read the full conversation here. I'm just gonna kind of let this play out, twiddle my thumbs in the background. Maybe I'll set this to like that hamster dance song or something fun. I'm not gonna speed it up though, because it's already a ton of text. The conversation was fine, He's a nice guy. He's clearly putting a lot of effort here, even if the assets are somewhat stolen. But, I don't think he deserves any hate for anything that's happened so far.
Things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy and fine. Ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
I'm sitting there playing Northwind with my friends, and out of the blue I get this message. So, I take these sort of things very seriously. I've been threatened by a lot of people. Typically, it's a doxing threat, a DDoS threat, or an account termination threat. I've gotten 2 of those, 3 before. And whenever I get one of these things, my first step is always figuring out who sent them, who's the one threatening me. Now, this was not hard. Luckily for me, his Discord username is the same as his Roblox username. I asked a couple folks about who the fuck this guy is. He's quite young. He started using alts after his main was banned, and this is one of them. He also leads the Richterian Imperium. He is the leader. So based off the wording, based off what I just learned, and based off the fact that he pinged me in the middle of the message, I came to the conclusion that the threat level is low to none. I'm not going to respond, and it's just not worth my time. Then, I get a second DM from a second account. I made the assumption that this second guy was from the same dynasty because of his username. I made the assumption that there were multiple people in on this. So I started second-guessing myself. A couple of the old Lavo SD guys are in the Richterian group. They're fairly familiar with doxing. I wouldn't put it past them to try it on me. So I go to the one person who knows all these people, the enemy of these guys. I talk with Alec, or as I call him, Richter. He explains to me that this second account is in fact an alt of the same person, this Richterian leader. It's linked to a Roblox account that also goes by the same name. So these are not multiple people. This is the same kid doing all of this. So I come to this realization, laugh my ass off, and just decide to call it a night. I'm fucking tired. I go to sleep early, if you didn't notice, because I wake up early. And then I get one more notification. He's messaged me a second time. Now, I am fairly well versed in the art of autism, so I decide this kid's clearly got nothing on me. What if I fuck around with him a little? I mean, after all, he is threatening me, you know? I reply, "You make good points, Mr. Rovick. I will take these videos down immediately. I was merely feeding my pet. Sorry to keep you waiting." He replies, "Oh, it is fine. Just don't do it again." "Of course, sir.
Tomorrow we have our lunch and it just makes us look bad."
Do you have plans to dox me, sir?
No.
Or perhaps get my account deleted?
No.
Something with my YouTube, sir? With all due respect, sir, if I may, you don't need to DM me on second alt to get your point across. Teach their own.
I have not been on any alts recently. Period.
If you say so. What was your plan, sir? I fear you.
I warn you now.
What were the big guns?
Do not test me, I'm a very powerful man.
I will not test you, sir, worry not. My mother has a saying. She tells me, never pick a fight with a 14-year-old, so they will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. I live by it. Every day. I whisper it to myself at night.
Listen, you can join us. Alexander is a very evil man, and he has corrupted your mind. I will allow full asylum and a rank if you work with me on this, Mr. Connex. Alright, time to drop the act. You, my friend, are just blatantly pathetic. You made a mistake DMing me, a mistake threatening me. I've got no relation with Richter or his folks. Now I've been doxxed prior, and I've had my account both stolen and mass reported. I am at a loss here. Never before have I been confronted with such a stupid person. It just boggles my mind that people like you exist. I cannot believe you'd send me threats after the videos I put out, knowing what sort of content I create. I cannot believe you'd offer me a position in your miniature group after threatening me like that. I cannot believe it. You're tuned into a different wavelength, man. You really are. If you want good press, try not to threaten the press with these lame-ass Discord alt accounts. Try to befriend them like Hassan did. Alright, that's plenty. More words than you're worth.
Okay, what did I do? I never DM'd you on alts, you're attacking me. I'm the victim here, not you.
You're right, you're the victim. However that word's spelled.
Lol, don't know how to spell victim.
Besides, you have 200 subs. You can send people to kill me. Oh, fuck. I am Rovick. Fear me, slave.
Do you know what is actually bannable by Roblox? Circumventing their account bans with alts. You've done a marvelous job revealing 2 of them to me. Take my advice. Sod off. Don't DM me again. Lead your miniature army to victory against the mighty Richter Empire, you obnoxious, irritating, snobby clitoris of a man. And then send him a little clit diagram so he can find it on his person.
I destroyed the victors before, I'll do it again, cunt. You can join them too, or join me.
Oh my god, is it still talking? Do you understand the grave you've dug yourself? Do you understand where this conversation is going to go?
No, it's 11 p.m. It's so late right now.
I don't work for Richter, you dunce. The video I put out before this one dissed the guy.
I'm sad. I used to like your videos. And I thought you were funny, but you're just a big meanie.
Okay, this is cheesy, but I said, yup, I'm the devil himself. Next time you go to threaten me, remember that. Remember, I'm the goddamn devil. And that was the end of our conversation. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
I don't worrying doesn't bring things that bother you never bother me. Things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy and fine, ha-ha, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.